Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this quick comparison video we're going to be looking at the major, I suppose, improvements over the past 40 years in the engineering and how different the original Generation 1 minibot seaspray is, and of course the Newage number 61 Triton, which is of course their take on a seaspray figure. So we're just going to do some quick comparisons, and if these don't really make any sort of sense to you, we're going to bring in some other mainline figures just to give you an idea, I suppose, of how big these figures are. So first and foremost, obviously Newage, they come packaged as a 2, and with these the molds are pretty much identical. So I've got one in robot mode and one in alternate mode. The only difference is the propellers, which you can see there. These propellers just look different to the seaspray one. So let's have a look at it then. So this is where I think Newage are really clever, and what I mean by that is if we have a look at the robot mode, stand them next to the Generation 1, they're pretty much the same height. Let's be honest, they're all about the same height. We're going to have a look at the articulation in a second, but when you look at the alternate mode for the G1 is much bigger. This is again a case of where these figures are so well engineered, they all sort of fold up in on themselves and, you know, do extend and expand out to be much bigger. So of course no real major, I suppose, improvement, shall we say, on the alternate mode because it is sort of basic. Obviously you've got more detail and you've got die-cast propellers compared to the old plastic, but with regards to this particular mode, again, unless you were adding some of the new features, which were, and there's two different colors of these, you've got like a spray drift, and of course you've got a little blaster, which none of the original ones had. Now these, funnily enough, are for seaspray, so I'm going to show you them in his particular hand in a second. So again, this is just, I suppose, just to show pretty much like what we're doing now, you know, with Generations figures in the main line, and indeed Generation 1 originals. This is just doing exactly the same. So of course the G1 could only do the arms up like so, and if I'm being honest, that is it. You could sort of say there's a head nod or bow, etc., but that's pretty much it. That's as basic as you're going to get. Whereas with these newer figures, you can of course rotate. Now this is stiff because it's brand new. You can rotate. In fact, if I show you the back, you can see it's on a mushroom peg, so it will spin all the way up. There we go. It will spin all the way around like so. It will also look up and down to a degree because again it is on that mushroom peg. The arms will go all the way out to the side. They will go all the way around that way. They will swivel under the bicep. There's a bicep flexion. There's no wrist swivel. There is a genuine waist swivel with this. You can turn it pretty much all the way around. Just make sure it doesn't get caught on any of the bits which you can see here, as well as the fact that the hips can kick forward, then go all the way to the side. You can do the splits that way, and then of course you can do the standard normal splits as well. You can see their ball and sockets at the top of there. So these, I suppose, if we're talking today's toys terms, at the time of me making this video, these are much more articulated, more detailed core class figures. You've got a knee bend, you've got the swivel at the knee, and then you've got all of this movement as well with the ankle, etc. So huge improvements in these little figures, and I suppose this is the best way to sort of show you exactly that, just how much the figures have improved. The gun, again, as I say, the original G1 minibots, not one of them had any weapons or accessories apart from Outback. And again, I suppose this is maybe this is the precursor, or maybe these particular figures here were or are the kick up the bum that Takara needed to indeed go on to doing the missing link, because we don't know if we're going to get any more mini bots. We've obviously just we know we're going to get Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper, so maybe these are some of the main reasons that Takara thought there's obviously a market for them and we need to do it. So very quickly, just again to give you an idea, there's a core class figure. There is a Voyager class figure that doesn't even fit in, and indeed it is, I suppose, a sort of standard deluxe. So there you go, guys. Hope you found this informative, because I get a lot of people asking, you know, what's the main differences? Are they worth it? You know, what's their actual size compared to, I suppose, current figures? And the best way to do it is exactly that, just show you a video as detailed as this. So I hope it helps you out, guys. Let me know in the comments. Take care.